Hello, crafting friends, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Canada, and I'm coming to you live this morning from my craft studio in Wasaga Beach, Ontario. This is Connie's Craft Along, so welcome. I had, all the good intentions. I opened up the document with the sizing for the pieces to prep for today. Yesterday afternoon, it's like, oh, I got to put that post up. I wrote it down to do my prep, did my prep. Never did the post until this morning. So I apologize. Hopefully, you got my Sunday email because hopefully you are on my mailing list. If you are not on my mailing list, you need to head over to greatstampingwithconnie.com and get on it because that's where all the good info is shared. And when I mess up on the social media side, it was probably in my Sunday email. I send out an email every Sunday and it can be long sometimes, and I know you may not have time to read it all. That's fine. But a lot of the things in there are the same. So every week I share what I'm doing this coming week. And I'm working really hard to have Connie's craft along ready to put the pieces in there to prep. So you get it on Sunday. You don't need it till Friday. So, I give you lots of notice. Um, but but that schedule of what's going on this week is in there every single week. So even if you're just looking to see what's going on and when, that's the place to go. My Sunday email, but you have to be on my email list to get it. And there's always other great info in there, stuff about why am I not coming up here? Hopefully I'm live. Oh, look, there I am. Hey, I'll put this up and say hello if you are joining me this morning and you are here watching while you work or crafting with me or whatever it is you are up to this morning or this afternoon, tonight, yesterday, last night, whatever the time is, wherever you are. So, and if you're watching the replay, do say hello. Love to hear from you. Also, invite you to share this video with your friends. And if you want to go over to YouTube and catch it there, you will find my YouTube channel under Great Stamping with Connie. Okay. Uh, it has been a busy, busy week. I am getting ready for the Midwinter Escape mega workshop. 16 projects I'm cutting and preparing for. That's a lot of packages. Also, getting ready for my scrapbooking club. If you are a scrapbooker and you have not checked out my scrapbooking club, check it out. Once a month, we do 2 double page layouts, first Monday of the month. And I do pretty much all the prep for you. So you just skip to the fun. We hang out and we put our pages together. You add your photos and it's just lots of fun. And it's, as I say, a lot of the prep work is done for you. So you can skip right to the fun. Okay, speaking of fun, shall we head down here and get to some crafting? That looks a little bit not as bright as usual for some reason. Not sure. Got all my lights on. Okay, so this morning we are crafting with lots of bits and pieces. This is a great card for using up your designer series paper or using your designer series paper, showing off your designer series paper. So we are starting with a card base, standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, and scored at 4 1/4. Is that a little mark on there? Okay, you know what? We are, oh, little mark on there. Nope, that is not a mark. I am going to fold this. Oh, this is the way it goes anyway. I'm going to fold this way so that I can cover that up with all my pieces of cardstock that I am going to adhere to the front of this. It's a teeny tiny mark. You probably wouldn't see it. I'm sure you didn't see it on camera, but I can see it in person. So we're just going to hide it. We're going to hide it under some good stuff. Okay, my girls' getaway weekend will be the next big thing that I am prepping for, and that is in late March. It is sold out. So if you have not registered, I'm very sorry. I can add your name to a wait list. We do, sadly, from time to time have last minute cancellations. And I'm also considering a to-go box for that one because I know there was a lot of interest in the make and takes and possibly the optional classes as well. So good morning, Debbie, and welcome. Okay, so card base. Then we have a whole bunch of designer series paper. So we have a piece that is 2.5 by 1.25, and we have a piece that is 1.25 by 2.5. Okay, and I wrote those as two separate dimensions, even though they are the same size, just so you would know that one is oriented one way and one is oriented the other way. So one is landscape, one is portrait, and you can make this card uh, either portrait or landscape, doesn't matter. But just know that if your paper is directional, you want it cut in two different directions. Okay, and then we have 4 squares that are 1.25 by 1.25. We have a piece that is 2.5 by 2.5, or you can use basic white if you want to stamp on it. I've used designer series paper and I have die cut an interest element. So I'm so organized today. I think I have everything here to give you all the deets on all of this. So this stunningly fun paper is Splash of Sparkles. It is a specialty paper and it is filled with shine and fun colors and patterns. The only sad thing about this is that the backs are really nice as well. So let me just show you some of this, shall I? This is the back, and I'm using a little bit of it because I really like this is just great. You could just do a silhouette image on there. What fun is that? But look at those stripes and that gold. Woo! Um, so that was Timid Tiger and Bubble Bath. We have some more in the Bubble Bath. This is maybe not going to show up too well because of all the shine on there. Highland Heather and more Bubble Bath, and Pretty in Pink sneaks in there a little bit as well. Here we have another one. Look at all the shine on there. Can you see? Like that is just. And then this one is super fun. Think of the birthday cards, right? What fun is that? You put some candles on there or a cake and bling, fun party on a card. Here's a really cool. It's not ombre, a little bit of ombre, light and dark green, uh, some shades of pink, some shades of yellow, but just a rainbow of fun there. I realize this doesn't show up totally terrific on camera because of all the shine, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of an idea of this. And then the backs, um, just some fun elements. Oh, I'm gonna pull it right out. Okay. And then we have 2 pieces that are just you know, very muted single tone and some beautiful stripes. These are my colors. I love blues and greens and purples and pinks and and look at this again. Just a silhouette stamp in those and plunk that onto a card. What fun would that be? But sadly, you would have to hide this. So it's a bit of a tough choice. You do get 2 pieces of each. So you could do some from one side and some from the other side. But it's or you could buy 2 whole packs and then just, you'd have lots to choose from and it wouldn't hurt as much to hide some of that great shiny stuff. I suppose it doesn't, it's not physical hurt, but it's like, oh, that's so lovely. Anyway, Splash of Sparkles, and it really is. It's just a party in a pack of paper. Okay, so shall we do some crafting here? Somewhere hiding in here, I should have a silicone mat hiding way down. Because I've been doing so much prep this week, I haven't actually done a whole lot of crafting, so things are not my craft bits are not necessarily on the top layer. Okay, so here is what we're going to do. We're going to start with this piece, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment right on there. So I have Thinking of You for my sentiment, and it's from the Friendly Foliage stamp set. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to do it in my Memento, my black ink, just because I am going on to designer series paper and it is colored, and I just want to make sure it's got a nice intense hit of ink so that you see the sentiment. Not much point in putting a sentiment on a card if you can't see it. So you could do the sentiment on another strip, but I think it's kind of fun sometimes just to put it right onto your designer series paper or right onto your card base or something along those lines. So that's what I decided to do with this one. Okay, set that over there. And sorry, just give me a moment here because you know I have to clean as I go or I get in trouble later. Just give that a little swish of a clean. Okay, and then we are going to come in here and we're just going to kind of set these up how we plan to put them onto our card base. I'll leave him to the side for a moment. I'm going to do it like that. So I have, I've used well, no, I have used two different patterns here. I did suggest that you could use a couple of coordinating patterns. I've used a lot of the same because I just couldn't turn it all over. Um, so I've used a lot of that, but I've changed the direction of my stripes just for a little bit of interest, shall we say. Okay, so this is going to create a sort of standard edge border, and then we're just going to fit the other pieces in between. So I am going to start with these three across the bottom here. Pull this back in. I'm going to flip these over, and I'm going to use liquid glue so that I can kind of slide them around a little bit if I need to, because we all know that sometimes we don't get perfect placement on the first try, especially when we're trying to fit things in between borders and things like that. So if we're just putting it sort of in the center of the card or something, it doesn't much matter. But for this one, I kind of want to get these centered appropriately. I want to make sure I've got my top to bottom spacing considered as well. And I'm not even pressing those down. I'm just kind of laying them into place there. Okay, I think we're good there. So I'm going to give that a press. It's the moment, right? And then I'm going to come up to the top because at the top I can kind of mirror uh, this the border, right? And then the middle ones, if the gaps in the two middle rows are a little bit different, it's not the end of the world. It's because you've got the same amount of space around your edges, and then the inside is it's a little bit of a different sort of area, different kind of look sort of thing. So it's okay if it's not exactly the same because it is a homemade card, right? But we don't want to forget that. Okay. Set that down there. This is going to go over here. Whoopsie. Apparently, my finger was too far underneath and we kind of stuck to it. So where you only have two pieces, your gap here is going to be a little bit larger because you only have two pieces. So all of this gap is in one spot. But I'm just gonna smush this in ever so slightly. Sort of split the difference on some of that. Okay, and then we're going to come in with these pieces. Give those a little more of a press. Morning, Doreen. Thanks for stopping by. And we cut and we're gluing. Getting sticky fingers here. Okay. So if you placed an order in January and you earned bonus days coupons, now is the time to redeem them. You must redeem them sometime this month. And if you place an order that is $100 or more, you can get the product of the month, which is some really fabulous designer series paper. I'm going to play with that very soon. I haven't had a chance yet, but that's coming very soon. Okay, so just get those. Hey, Joanne, thanks for stopping by. Get these kind of in place. Give those a press. Okay. Now, what this card doesn't have is a whole lot of dimension because I put those all down flat. You could pop this up. I suppose I could get some dimensionals, some tiny dimensionals, itty bitty dimensionals. Let's see if we can, not even sure. I think these are still too wide, but let's take some of these. We're going to do a little bit of dimensional surgery here. How's that? We're going to cut these into little bits. See if we can get it right onto there. Okay, just need a little bit of a trim here. Just to give this card a little bit of pop. You don't have to have pop in all your cards because there's all these colors and layers and shine and everything. There will be lots of interest, but I do like to add a little bit of dimension here and there. So we'll just do some of this. Not positive what we're going to do at the bottom yet, but this, there's a tiny one, and we can get it right in there. Okay. So this is actually not not as difficult as I thought it might be. It's going quite well. Getting lots of sticky stuff on my scissors, but that's all good. I think, ooh, can I get this in here? Let's just flip this over and see. Yeah, it's mostly hidden. I think it's okay. But we're gonna keep it. Come here, one more. Okay, time to clean the scissors. They're getting pretty jazzed up with dimensionals there. Okay. All right, now I think this will hold. That's lots of stick. It's just a case of keeping it popped. Let's just see. We need to do a little bit of dimensional surgery here and maybe a little bit on this guy. So this one needs to be super skinny. Let's not cut my interest element. That would not be good. Just a smidge shorter as well. I'm actually, it's a little bit long, so we'll just give him a little tiny trim. Okay, I think that will work okay. You might see it just a little bit, but you know, when you're looking specifically at one little bit, you see lots of things. When you're looking at the whole overall effect, nobody notices those little things. Generally, some people might, but you know, kind people will not mention it, even if they see it. Your good friends will tell you though, oh, I saw the dimensional sticking out on your card. It's all good. Okay, come on. A little bit tricky getting the backs off of these itty bitty pieces. There we go. And then I'm just going to put that right in the center there. I should have had this over here. Too late now. Everything is very glued down. You can swap those two pieces if you want, because right now I have my sentiment right over uh, my interest element. Not the end of the world. We'll just balance it out with some bling over here, shall we? Look at that. So we have pearls of beauty that maybe not. Just thinking of because of the orange, but this is Calypso Coral and our paper is Timid Tiger, and it's really kind of different. So that was not the best choice, but I also have uh, somewhere in here we have in color gems, and Timid Tiger is of course one of our in colors. Where are my in color gems? I'm sure I have some still. I don't think I used them all already. Nope, here we go. Ooh, Connie, I like Timid Tiger though. Look at that. Yes. Right there, Timid Tiger. Let's see if I have another package in here. I don't know that I have anything that really coordinates well with bubble bath. Oh, and I don't even have another. Oh, I do have another pack. Look, woo! Timid Tiger. There we go. Okay, let's open these up, shall we? And let's put some of these. I've used daffodil or something too, but we're gonna go with Timid Tiger. I'm gonna pull the orange everywhere. Put some of these right smack over here. Oh, look, 3 different sizes. That's fun. There we go. All right. Okay. So there is card number 1. Stick these away. And card number 2. Okay, I'll set him up there. So for this one, I thought I would do it landscape just to show you the difference. And I am using, yeah, I got this. I'm going to stamp an image, and I am using, oh, I didn't tell you about this guy, did I? We'll go back to him in a minute. Lovely Blossoms Designer Series paper. So this is the pack with lots of flowers and some great pages that have like instant fronts. Look at that. There's a couple cards right there, and here's some great pieces to go on to front of cards. Great scrapbook squares if you're a scrapbooker. So this is a really fun pack as well. Good morning, Judy. Welcome. Okay, so since I have it here and I was highly organized, this die cut is from the Greenery Lane dies. Okay, so it's that one right there. This is one of the standalone dies. Some of these dies coordinate with the washi tape and the stamp set, but this is a standalone. So that's what we used for that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do with this one. I am going to stamp, and I'll just set it on here. I have 2 pieces just in case, I mess up or something, because has been known to happen. And I am going to use, I'm going to set that aside, Secret Sea, which is this color right here. And I'm going to stamp it with this guy from Sweet Bugs. Isn't this, like, this is just such a happy, fun set. And as we get to spring and picnic season and stuff, there's the ants ready to come into your picnic. And But just such cute bugs, watering can that this guy could be holding, and or a flower, or just fun, fun, fun. Lots of fun. So that's a great bundle. There are dies that coordinate with that. And the paper for it is so stinking cute. You have to check it out. Okay, so I am going to stamp this guy, and I think it will fit okay. I'm going to put it just a little bit to this edge. Or maybe I'm going to put it mostly in the middle. I'm going to put it right there. Yeah, that's it. Right there. I'm also going to come in, and I forgot to put this uh, on a block. But where is my little flower? Maybe I'll do the little flowers on the grass just because. Oops. Okay, now I'll come in here. You know what? Might do this. Let's stamp this with Old Olive, because then my grass will already be green. I just need to grab it though, because because I'm me and I'm flying by the seat of my pants. What else is new, right? Had mostly planned. Look, I brought all of the all the bits and pieces so I could tell you what I was using today. I deserve some credit for that, I think. Now this, okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a little tiny scrap of paper and put it right here, because I want this flower to show. I don't want grass on the bottom of my bug. So now it just goes right to the edge. Itty bitty masking fit right there. No extra charge. Okay. Get rid of this. And then I am going to bring in some Stampin' Blends. Use Stampin' Blends for coloring. These are fabulous for coloring. These are our alcohol markers, and there is a light and a dark for each one, and they are fantastic. They make coloring easy. It almost doesn't matter what you do, you can be successful, which is wonderful, right? Because sometimes we're not all that good at coloring in the lines, or mixing and matching colors and all those sorts of things. But these are so very forgiving. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. These are Old Olive, light and dark, and each one has a brush end and a bullet end. So I'm just going to come in and I'm just going to go over these leaf veins with the dark. Go. And then when I come in to color with the light, I'm just going to go right over all of this, and it's just going to blend that so that you still have a darker area, but it's not a harsh line. It's kind of blended. Oopsie. Just going to turn it this way so I don't go over the lines too much. There is a color lifter. I should grab it because I did kind of go outside the lines a little bit there. Although you don't really notice it's quite light, but right. And you can just go over this as many times as you want, blending things until you get the look that you like. Okay, I will just need to grab the color lifter so I can share that with you. Didn't have it out, of course, because nobody plans to make mistakes, right? All right, so color lifter is a great tool to have in your stash. And again, brush end and bullet end, and you just over it where it was, and it lifts the color off. And it's a little bit wet right now because this must be a new one. It's very juicy. So hopefully that doesn't leave a mark. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, so cloud cover. So this is the dark cloud cover. And again, I'm just going to come in with our little caterpillar here, and I'm going to go down this edge just to give a little definition to it. I'm going to kind of touch on these. A lot of times the stamps give you a hint as to what you want to highlight. Okay, and then I'm going to come in with the light cloud cover and just kind of blend that all in. You may think that this is not a proper color for caterpillar, but I will remind you that this is card making. And so, of course, everything is a proper color. It might not be a realistic color, but it's a proper color. So Judy says it's a cute bug. You are so right, Judy. This is such a fun little set of cute, cute, cute. I'm coming back with the dark, and I'm just gonna do are they all feet, or are those hands and feet? I'm gonna do these little bumps, whatever they are, the little mover bits. Okay, and then we're just gonna take, this is Secret C. I'm gonna kind of highlight the eye a little bit. And strawberry slush. Just gonna put a little pink on there, just to kind of finish off her face, right? And then I'm gonna come in with Secret C and just put some color into these flowers. So again, perfect color, not necessarily a realistic color, but it'll coordinate with the designer series paper. There we go. There's our little flowers. And do we want a little tiny smidge of color in this leaf? There we go. Okay. So I don't know whether you can see this on camera or not, but the green that was by that leaf is pretty much gone now. The liquid has dried. There is no mark. So it's all come out exactly as I had hoped. In this edge here, just a little bit of color because I didn't get quite to that edge with the brush end, trying not to go over the edges. Okay, so there we go. Let's set all of these aside. And then we can come in with our card base, cloud cover, standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Got a nice press with our bone folder. And then, oh, we were going to do this one landscape, weren't we? So we'll get this set up. So here's, for this card, it mattered, right? Because the flowers are growing up. So I did one portrait. So this is 1 1/4 by 2.5, and this is 2.5 by 1 1/4. There we go. That will, and maybe we will switch this up. Let's just sort of see where we're going with this. Put this down here. Do we want 2 of these side by side, or do we want to do this? Could do this. There we go. That sort of spreads everything out, doesn't it? Okay. I'm liking that pattern. Let's not move that too far. We're going to use that. And now, because I have all pattern paper or dark paper, I have brought in, you seen this? This is the triple banner punch. Do I have it here? I might still have it here. Yes, I do. Look at that. Bing, bing, bing. 3 banners, 1 punch. And it totally coordinates with this banner sayings. Look at that. Happy birthday. Perfect. So I have that right here. And I think we're going to put that, you could put this onto, maybe onto this one, shall we? Kind of leaf-like sort of thought to our shape. Does that make any sense? I just think it'll coordinate nicely. And if I mess up, then I really didn't like the shape, and we're going to try a different one. There we go. We did it. Okay. That was Secret C again that I used, in case you were wondering, because I don't think I mentioned that. Okay, and then we are going to come in with the liquid adhesive again. I'm going to set him right up to the top. We'll put him on later, and we will pop him up. We could even pop up this guy this time, couldn't we? Because we could have popped up this one, I suppose. I didn't think of that at the time, but we popped up the interest element instead, so that works. Okay. That's right. Out there. These straight, so I have a hope of these pieces on straight. Would be cool. Okay. And then put these on. They're good. I'm gonna give them a press. I'm committing. What's Judy say here? I really like the outside arrangement of decorated paper. Oh, good. It makes the caterpillar pop. Awesome. Thanks, Judy. Nice to know I got it right. It is a good idea to lay your pieces down in advance and just kind of see, because Judy makes a good point. Sometimes the way you place your papers makes a difference. And if you have used front to back paper, like this is the front and the back of the same sheet, you can flip things around really easily before you put your glue on. That's a whole lot of glue on there. So I'm just going to take some of that off because I don't want it oozing out everywhere. Put these. Oh, See, that's why I clean my stamps right away too, because then if I lean into something, I don't get ink everywhere in all sorts of places that I don't really want it. I just get glue everywhere in places that I don't really want it. I hope this is still in the camera. Is it? Yes, it is. Okay. Let's wipe this off before I get glue where I don't want it. And let's see, just these. And it's a little sticky. I think we're good there. Press those down. And then I'm just going to put this one down, because then we need to make a decision about this guy, whether we're going to pop him up on dimensionals. I think we might, right? I can pop up the sentiment for sure. Kind of a standard thing, isn't it? This here. But we'll just pause for a moment here. And I think maybe dimensionals here could be in order, right? Do we think? Yeah, and then maybe put this guy right across there. Okay, so I'm gonna move that out of the way. We're finished with that. Where did my dimensionals go? Over here. Get this guy popped up. There we go. Somebody asked me about this recently. It's like, how do you do that? Practice. If you've followed me for a while, you may recall when I was trying to, I wanted to learn how to use the picky part to get the backs off of the dimensionals, and it took practice. It took me a little while to kind of work it out. Um, but once you do, it's kind of a nice, easy way to get the backs off your dimensionals. I think I need to go back to my smaller dimensionals for this piece because it is not super thick. There we go. This right there. There we go. Now, look, we can go back to the same gems. Where's my, I go to this open package because I have both cloud cover and secret sea. I'm still sticky. Okay, that should help. All right, maybe secret sea right on here, do we think? Or over even here. So maybe one there. And then one of these other sizes here. See, this is where I second guess how I place these things. Put him down, put him up. There we go. Okay. What do you think? Two different orientations, two different cards, two different ways of creating the sort of focal bit. Definitely a cute card. Well, thanks, Judy. It's a great way to show off designer series paper, and it's a great way to have a little fun. It's not a difficult layout, but it just kind of it all comes together and shows everything off. Alrighty, let's clear a little bit of this stuff out of the way, shall we? Bring this down a little bit. There we go. This is where you want to go. If you are not on my mailing list, just go right to greatstampingwithconnie.com and you will be able to sign up to get onto my mailing list and get in on all the goods. Okay, let's add me back in. There we go. So that's what I have for you today. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I'm glad you like the cards. Sorry, I have to get a little closer to see the comments. The eyes are, well, whatever. Anyway, thanks so much. I do hope you like these and give them a try. They're fun, they're easy, and lots of interest, lots going on the card, but it's not busy. It's just kind of fun. So give it a try, and I'd love to see what you've created. Maybe put a comment on this post and let me know. Once again, I invite you to share my video with your friends so that they too can see what's going on and have some fun crafting. And we can do it all again really soon. I look forward to seeing you again, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.